moving on. Chelsea Green demands a match
Damn
to
right,
Adam
she can do
Pearce,
anything she wants.
and then it ends up being Asuka. But before we get into the match, I wanted to ask, how do you feel about the Karen gimmick? Now that we've seen it like full fledged, like we saw a little bit of it at the Rumble or whatever it was, and then maybe it was the Raw after the Rumble. Like we got a little tease of it, but I mean, this was multiple segments on Raw where it was about the chocolates and the champagne in the
Yeah.
dressing room, and even her yelling at the other girls that are in the match at the Elimination
Oh
Chamber
yeah.
match outside of the ring. How do you feel about this
I
direction
wouldn't
as a
call it
Karen?
Karen. I would call it more diva. She's bringing the title diva back while still being a wrestler because she was still very good in that match, and the fact that she was even in the ring with Asuka should kind of put some bells on people that like she can hang. Like this is not just a one-off. But no, I like it because what it does for her, it just you need that diva type of person who thinks they're all holier than thou,
Mm-hmm.
especially and what I really liked with this match, I would say, was how she was yelling at everyone, and it
Mm-hmm.
really felt like that new girl in school,
Yeah.
just like on. And you kind of need to do more of those type of stories in the mix because that's what it is. And she's good enough where, like, I mean, you could put anyone in there and she can hang. She's been a champion. She's a world champion.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that we get a she gets a better like storyline going forward because I like Chelsea and I think she's good in the ring. She's also a product of WWE. She was on Tough Enough. I mean, she had trained with Lance Storm at Lance Storm School prior to being on Tough Enough, but I mean, she was on Tough Enough for a few weeks. I still think it was ridiculous that she didn't make it. But yeah, I'm just curious to see how long this whole thing lasts because it is very much a character that either does really well or it kind of sinks pretty quickly. Because I wouldn't mind if she did the hot mess character that she
Yeah,
had been
even
doing in Impact in the Indies. I would be totally, and I guess maybe they're not for it because they do have a couple girls right now that are doing a crazy character, and
yeah.
that's
Liv
Alexa,
is
Nikki.
crazy.
So maybe they don't. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Nikki
But
is so crazy, to be honest.
um, I love her ring gear. I know they made fun of her on the commentary for her hat. I think it's
Perfect.
great. And yeah, I liked that she was she came out strong against Asuka because of course you're going to be freaked out because it's Asuka, but
How funny was
then
that?
she was like taunting the girls on the outside. I liked that. Um, And at the end, we had Bianca who came out and she was talking about her history in Elimination Chamber. And that is how she won her chance to face the Raw Women's Champion last year. So she was saying, like, I'm going to be watching that match very closely. And then, I'm not going to forget about you. I'm going to focus on you for Mania. So I'm really excited to see the winner of that match. And I pray to God that it is Asuka. That's the only result I feel like I would be fine with.
I think it has to be because the commentary team of Graves and KP,
Mm-hmm.
when Asuka came out as the opponent, was one of the best reactions I've heard by a commentary team of a
Mm-hmm.
surprise entrant in a long time. It felt so genuine and
Yeah.
like the ultimate payoff of irony, where it's like, I demand a match, and she's thinking she's going to get some no name NXT call up, and
Yeah.
you're gonna, and then you just have Asuka. Not only Asuka, but
But
this new
new.
version of
Yeah.
Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. I think that would be the only one that I would be okay with.
damn right. Ladarius gets it.
Yes.
Ladarius
And
gets
that's what I think too. I feel like that what's interesting though is both are baby faces right now. So it would be really interesting to see that because then someone's gonna have to choose. I would not be surprised if Asuka becomes a heel though at some point. Like maybe she attacks Bianca or something like that. So then people start hating her. But that we've said it before on about other matches, but that to me feels very like big match feel Asuka Bianca, and that's like a big compliment to Bianca because she's done so amazing since being
She's
in
very
WWE and
strong.
especially as champion. And I think that her having an opponent like Asuka, it's like that you couldn't ask for a better Mania opponent. You couldn't ask for a better opponent for a title too at WrestleMania. So I think, yeah, it's the only one that makes sense. I think it's really the only girl in the Elimination Chamber match that I think a lot of people would be excited about being the one to win. Like, no disrespect to the other girls. Like, I guess some people would be a little interested if it were Liv.
I would love
Um,
it if it was
but I
Liv.
think that like I said with Piper earlier, they got to ride the wave, and the wave right now is Asuka. So it
Yeah.
would be a shame if they didn't do that.